What if you could build a fortress inside your own mind? A fortress so calm and so strong that the most chaotic person in your life couldn't even leave a scratch. You've probably tried everything with the narcissist in your life. You've used logic, you've pleaded, you've set boundaries that they just trample all over. It leaves you feeling drained, confused, and maybe you've even started to buy into their twisted version of reality. The constant drama, the subtle put-downs, the gaslighting, it's all designed to keep you reacting, to feed their bottomless need for control. You feel powerless because you're stuck playing a game you can never win. But what if the secret isn't winning their game, but refusing to play at all? There's an ancient secret, a quiet kind of power that doesn't fight back with anger or revenge. It doesn't try to expose them or punish them. Instead, it makes you so deeply rooted in your own peace that their behavior just stops mattering. This is the power of Stoicism, and it's the key to making a narcissist and their chaotic world completely powerless over you. For centuries, Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus taught a powerful truth. The source of our suffering isn't what happens to us, but our judgment about it. This is the turning point. The manipulator in your life thrives on your emotional reaction. Your anger gives them a thrill of power. Your frustration is their proof that they matter. Your tears are their trophy. They need you to be emotionally invested. They need you to get swept up in the storm they create. Stoicism offers you a way out. It's not a tactic for a fight. It's a strategy for inner peace. It's about building an internal fortress so that when the narcissist launches their next attack, a backhanded compliment, a lie, a guilt trip, the arrow just bounces right off your armor. You see it, you understand what it is, and you remain undisturbed. Their power isn't real. It only exists if you give it to them. And today, we're going to learn how to take that power back, not by fighting them, but by mastering ourselves. The first and most fundamental tool in your Stoic toolkit is what the philosopher Epictetus called the dichotomy of control. It's a simple but life-changing idea. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. The things within our control are our own thoughts, our judgments, and our actions. That's the entire list. The things outside of our control? Pretty much everything else. That includes the weather, the economy, and most importantly for this conversation, the words, actions, and character of other people. You cannot control what the narcissist says. You can't control what they do. You can't heal their deep-seated insecurities or change who they are. Trying to do so is, as Marcus Aurelius might say, like getting angry at a fig tree for producing figs. It's just doing what its nature commands. This realization is where your freedom begins. The narcissist wants your focus squarely on what you can't control, their behavior. They'll say something outrageous just to hook you. You're just being too sensitive. I never said that. Everyone else agrees with me. You're the problem. The untrained response is to get angry, to defend yourself, to argue about the facts. And just like that, you're pulled into their world, fighting on their turf, focused entirely on what they said, something completely outside of your control. The Stoic response is to immediately pull your focus back to the only thing that actually matters, your own mind. You ask yourself, is this within my control? Their words are not, their opinion is not, but your response is. You can choose to react with calm clarity. You can choose not to engage at all. You can choose to see their words for exactly what they are. A desperate attempt from a disordered personality to get a reaction. This isn't about bottling up your feelings. It's about observation without attachment. You see the manipulation attempt. You acknowledge it for what it is, and you let it fly past you. By consistently putting your energy only into your own choices, you starve the narcissist of the emotional fuel they so desperately need. You stop being a puppet and start seeing the strings. Now, the second tool is a little more counterintuitive. It's the practice of voluntary hardship. This doesn't mean you need to go looking for more suffering. You've had plenty of that. What it means is choosing to regularly practice small forms of discomfort to build your mental and emotional resilience. The Stoics knew that a person who has never been tested is a person who is easily broken. A life of pure comfort creates a fragile mind. The emotional manipulation from a narcissist is a kind of hardship designed to wear you down and make you feel raw. Voluntary hardship is your training ground to build up calluses on your mind, so their attacks start to lose their sting. So, what does this actually look like? It can be as simple as taking a cold shower, sleeping on the floor for one night, fasting for a bit, or just tackling a difficult task you've been procrastinating on. Why on earth does this work? Because every time you willingly endure a minor discomfort, you prove something powerful to yourself. I can handle this. You are tougher than you think. You are not some fragile creature who needs constant comfort and validation from others. When you've willingly stood under a freezing shower, the heat of a narcissist's insult just doesn't feel as intense. When you've chosen to go without food for a short while, their attempt to withhold affection feels less like a catastrophe. You are systematically training your brain to be less reactive to things outside of yourself. The narcissist's power is in their ability to make you feel that their disapproval or anger is a disaster. They want you to believe that your emotional well-being is tied to their mood. Voluntary hardship systematically severs this dependency. It teaches you, on a gut level, that your strength comes from within. You become a person who is hard to provoke because you've practiced enduring worse on your own terms. The final tool we'll talk about is a powerful visualization exercise the Stoics called the view from above. Marcus Aurelius, the Emperor of Rome, used this to keep his perspective while dealing with betrayals, court politics, and the massive pressures of his job. Here's how you do it. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself floating up right out of your body. Look down and see yourself in the room. Now float higher, seeing the building you're in, then your neighborhood, your city. Keep rising until you see your country as just a patch on the globe, and then the entire Earth. A tiny, beautiful blue marble hanging in the vast, silent darkness of space. From this cosmic perspective, imagine all of human history playing out. Empires rising and falling, generations being born and turning to dust. See the billions of people on the planet, each with their own dramas, their own worries, their own lives. Now, from this incredible height, try to find the source of your anxiety. Try to pinpoint that one person, that narcissist, and their petty insults and little games. Where are they in this cosmic picture? They shrink. Their words, which felt so huge and world-ending just a few minutes ago, become what they really are. Tiny, insignificant whispers in a vast universe. The argument, the insult, the drama, it all becomes almost comically small. This practice isn't about telling yourself your feelings are wrong. It's about giving them context. Narcissists work by making their world your entire world. They blow up every issue, turning small slights into massive crises to keep you off balance. The view from above shatters this illusion. It yanks you out of the immediate chaos and connects you to a sense of profound calm. It reminds you that your life is so much bigger than their drama. When you do this regularly, you stop getting sucked into their vortex. When they try to provoke you, you can mentally take that step back and see the whole picture. From that vantage point, their frantic attempts to control you look almost pitiable. They're no longer a terrifying giant. They're just a small, struggling person whose behavior has no real power over the vastness of your existence. When you start to consistently use these 3 Stoic tools, something incredible begins to happen. It's not overnight, but little by little, a new kind of calm settles inside you. The narcissist will try their old tricks. They'll push the same buttons, but they'll find that the buttons aren't wired to anything anymore. They'll launch an insult, expecting an explosion, and get quiet composure instead. They'll try to guilt trip you, but you'll respond with a firm, kind boundary, completely unmoved by their performance. They'll lie and twist reality, but you'll stay anchored in your own perception, unfazed by their gaslighting. This is the silent victory they never see coming. Their power, their very sense of self, is built on their ability to get a reaction out of you. When you become unreachable, when your inner peace is no longer for sale, they are left with nothing. It's like they're holding a remote control to a TV that's been unplugged. They might get confused, then frustrated, maybe even bored. But ultimately, they are forced to confront the one thing they've always run from: their own emptiness. And you'll find that you're not drained after talking to them. You're not questioning your own sanity. You're just peaceful. The goal was never to change them. It was to make them irrelevant to your well-being. And you will have succeeded. The Stoic path doesn't promise to get rid of all the difficult people in your life, but it offers something far more powerful: the ability to protect your inner peace, no matter what's happening on the outside. By focusing on what you control, building your resilience, and keeping your perspective, you create a fortress inside your mind that no one can tear down. The true win over a narcissist isn't winning an argument. It's winning your own freedom. It's getting to a place where their chaos can no longer touch your calm. If this resonated with you, share your own experiences with finding strength in the comments below. Your story might be the one someone else needs to read today. And if you want more tools for building a resilient mind, make sure to subscribe for more wisdom from ancient philosophy.